What up, Pack? It's your boy ZDoggMD. Check it out. It's Christmas Eve, December 23rd. And guess what? 9 years ago on this day, my wife gave birth to the eldest ZPupp Prime. And so this is her birthday, 2 days off Christmas, which is a bummer. So we have to go out of our way to make it a special day. Well, it turns out it was a special day. She hung out with Z-Dad and Z-Mom, meaning my parents, right? And on the Las Vegas Strip, we had a crazy buffet at the Cosmopolitan's Wicked Spoon, which is her favorite thing in the world because they've got desserts like for miles. And then she turned into cornholio with all the sugar, came home, opened a present or two. And one of them presents was, you know what? A magic kit, son. So I promised her as part of her birthday that she would get to do her first magic show, having just learned the tricks today, hours ago, for y'all Z-Pack. So don't hate, or hate, it's cool. But I present to you, humbly, my daughter, ZPupp, or ZPupptini, or whatever her magic name is. Here we go.
Hi, I also got a Pikachu for my birthday. First, you see all this cool stuff in here? I will make it disappear. Alakazam, Alakazoo, disappear.
What? Oh, snap.
Now I will make it reappear. Alakazam, Alakazoo, please reappear or I'll die.
What?
Okay.
That was impressive. Impressive. Surgical Cap says Chris Angel 2.
Where is it?
Karen Palmer says happy birthday, ZPupp. Missy Kinsler says that's awesome. Happy birthday, ZPupp.
Thank you.
All right, what's your next trick, girl?
Yes. 1 second. Gotta get it ready. Hey, stop it. Oh, Pikachu.
How old are you now?
9.
Boom!
Now, I will make this coin fall through this top and into this box. Nothing in it.
Merry Christmas, Anna Smith. What up, Jeff Morris?
1, 2, 3. Ta-da!
What? Oh, snap. Nice. That was magical. And what's your third trick?
Okay.
Sherry Vacon says, happy birthday, kiddo, from New Hampshire. You are awesome.
Now, I will make this ball travel through here onto the bottom. Ball. Go into there, otherwise I will die because I don't like rooms.
Whoa! Sweet. Well. It looks like your first magic show was a stunning success. Do you want to take a bow to the audience? Very nice, very nice. Let's read some comments. Note to ZPupp, do as I have, says Emily Henderson. Always insist that birthday presents be wrapped in birthday paper. If it's Christmas wrapping, it's a Christmas gift and doesn't count because your birthday's so close to Christmas. Good tip, Emily. Good tip from a fellow Christmas birthday girl. Love the cape. Great job, says Karen Anderson. Awesome magician skills, ZPupp. And then Facebook says, take an ad break. You could earn $1 to $4. That's insulting, okay? I am not going to make you guys watch an ad for $4 for Doctors Without Borders. It's got to be more. We need more viewers, people, but it's Friday night before Christmas. Ain't no one watching Facebook right now. But Pikachu.
Pika.
Can you saw Z in half, ZPupp, says Neil Desai. Soon. All right, now, little ZPupp, you get 9 birthday wishes from Surgical Caps. They sent you those cool little bags, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rob Rozek, what's up, boy? All right, guys, check this out. Ooh, Diogo Calado, a Portuguese living in China using VPN with a Korean server to wish a U.S. citizen Indian descendant Merry Christmas. Boom! That is globalism. Suck it, Trump. All right, check it out. Guys, little girl, are you happy? Yeah. All right, you can hang out. I was going to talk about.
Peek it out.
You're peeking out. You're all Pikachu'd out. I wanted to talk. The second thing I want to talk about today was something called, and Tom Heineber, director of Variables of Light, ZDogg Industries.
I'll be right back.
Oh, sure, yeah. You want to unlock that? Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Told me today about something that I had not heard about, which fascinated me. He asked me a question. He said, do you remember that movie from the 90s with Sinbad called Shazam about a genie? And I'm like, yeah, of course. He's on the cover of the VHS tape doing this in genie outfit. And he goes, yeah, that movie never happened. And I was like, yeah, it did. Shazam with Sinbad, of course it happened. He was a genie, little curly toes and everything. No, it never happened. But people, not just me, people around the world swear that this movie exists. It's a kind of collective delusion, a memory problem. Oh no, she also got a secret agent listening device. So she's been creeping and listening to stuff. And actually what's kind of funny is one of the things, what do you hear? One of the things that she listened to was her little hamster, Hamulus. And Hamulus was sitting there in her hand, and she was listening, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, it makes noise!" And I was like, "That's bullpucky." I pick up the thing, put on the thing, and I listen, and that literally it's like this whole time, this freaking varmint was trying to talk to us, and we, with our whack human hearing, we couldn't hear it, but with the secret agent gear, on point. All right, I'm gonna keep talking, girl. You can't stop me. So here's the thing: this Shazam movie was a collective delusion, and there's some feeling that it was a confabulation that came about because people remember the Shaq movie, another black guy, in a movie called Kazam. I forget which one it was. Maybe it was Kazam, and which was a genie movie in the 90s. And they just assume, well, Sinbad was a sailor. There's genies involved in that tale. He's also black. Yeah, Shazam. And it never existed. And so this kind of memory, yeah, there it is, Emily Henderson, folie à million. That's right, forget folie à deux, it's folie à million. Because so many people share the delusion. And they call it the Mandela Effect because there was this collective misremembering in the 80s. Thousands of people remember seeing Nelson Mandela's funeral and thinking he was dead and had died and that this had happened, even though he was in jail the whole time and was alive. So some kind of weird collective misremembering. So I thought this was fascinating because, we see alcoholics confabulate and stuff like this, but this is a kind of a societal confabulation. Why would we misremember this stuff? And then I went online and I Googled, because that's how I do my research, kids. I'm like basically a Jenny McCarthy disciple, a Dr. Google graduate of Google University. I want to wear this hat. That just doesn't work. That's designed for people with hair and kids. Anyways, this collective delusion, I decided to Google Mandela Effect, and there's a BuzzFeed article where they go through the top 20 sort of collective Mandela Effect delusions of all time. And let me show you what this is, because you will be fascinated by this, or you won't. Okay. No, and there's a bunch of them. I'm just going to pick the ones that I like. First of all, okay, that one's dumb. Oh yeah, We Are the Champions by Queen. How many people remember this part where it's like, we are the champions of the world at the end of the song, right? Guess what? That never happened in the song. He never says of the world. Tom's here. Tom is the one who turned me on to the whole Mandela Effect thing, and I've become obsessed with this idea. And Tom and I are going to talk about it in a folie à deux. But this idea that we are the champions ends with of the world. It doesn't. somehow it got in people's heads and became a collective memory that we all, so many people will swear that, oh yeah, of course, that's how it ends. Doesn't end that way. Kirsten Winston, love Queen. I love Queen too, and I thought it ended of the world, but it doesn't. Now, no, I'm not talking about Sinbad the Sailor, the Thief of Baghdad, Judith McIntosh. I'm talking about Sinbad, the African-American comedian from the 90s. Another insane one is that, let's see here. There's a bunch of interesting ones like misspellings. Oh yeah, apparently Darth Vader, okay? Everyone remembers him saying, Luke, I am your father. He never says that. He says, no, I am your father. Mind blown. Now, some people have speculated, and Reddit is awash with speculation, that these misrememberings are evidence of several possibilities, that there are parallel universes that we dip in and out of where these things actually did happen. Or B, we live in the Matrix, and there's a glitch, and there was a Shazam movie, but it was wiped from the records. And so we remember it, but it never happened as far as the Matrix goes, right? So crazy theories. And the other one is that there are time travelers who are coming back and screwing with things just enough to change stuff. So none of this is true. It's just we're misremembering stuff, but it's kind of funny to speculate. So that's another one. Let's see. What else do we got here? Did you know that Kit Kat does not have a dash? It is not hyphenated. It is Kit Kat. That's a dumb one. But still. The Sinbad movie, let's see. Oh, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. He never said that. He said life was like a box of chocolates. Very different. Or is it? The other thing, Hannibal Lecter never says, hello, Clarice. Never says that. He simply says, good morning. What else we got? The Queen in Snow White never said, mirror, mirror on the wall. She said, magic mirror on the wall. Now, these are dumb, but still, they've been misremembered by every... So, let's see, Rachel Alexandria. Yes, he did. Oh my gosh, stop. See, everyone insists that these things happened, which is crazy. That's how memory works. Human memory is so artifactual that we can just, it'll blow your mind to realize these things are not actually, they never happened. Sinbad never made a movie called Shazam. Snow White, they never said mirror, mirror on the wall. It's interview with the vampire, not interview with a vampire, although I kind of knew that. The hello Clarice was never said. I mean, these are, and there's more. Did you guys know there is no such thing as Jiffy peanut butter? It doesn't exist. There is no Jiffy peanut butter. Look. It doesn't exist. It is Jif peanut butter. Jif peanut butter, not Jiffy. Mind blown. Okay, here's one that will blow everyone's mind. Period. All right? Check this out. Fruit Loops. How do you think it's spelled? Oh my gosh. All right? Wow. F-R-O-O-T. Fruit Loops. No clue. Rachel Alexandria. You're a Grinch, Z-Dog. You're a Grinch. I'm not a Grinch. Okay? I'm the Grinch who stole your memories and gave them back to you accurate. All right? Mirror, Mirror was from the original Grimm fairy tale, but not in the movie. Michael Weinberg. Michael, if that's true, that would explain the collective delusion. And I think all of these are explicable, right? Like, obviously, we want to spell it fruit. It's very hard to see on the box because there's all these colors. There's plenty of explanations for this. But, of course, Jennifer Newman gives us the alternate universe perspective of time travelers is the reason. Jiffy makes cornbread mix, cake bread mix, etc., says Jackie Tetley. So there is a Jiffy, so that could explain some of the confusion. There used to be a Jiffy peanut butter. You are not old enough to remember. Valerie Daniels. So Valerie, according to this, there has never been a Jiffy peanut butter. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something here, but we're just misremembering. Crazy. Let me see if there's any more in here because these are hilarious. Did you guys know Curious George never had a tail? Look at this. Boom! Tailless. Never had a tail. Ask me who cares? I don't care, but I think that's fascinating. Oh, okay, now this one will melt your brain. And if it doesn't, then I'm a fool. But check this. The Berenstein Bears are actually the Berenstain Bears. Berenstain Bears. And they've always been the Berenstain Bears. Wow. Who cares, right? Oh, another one. The Monopoly guy, Rich Uncle Pennybags, doesn't have a monocle. Many Bothans died to bring us this information. So guys, speaking of Bothans, so I hope you enjoyed that little run through in Collective Delusion, the quirkitudes of memory, how something can seed your unconscious and then you can remember something that never happened, which again brings you back into like how difficult the criminal justice system is when you're, memories they're partially a fabrication a lot of the time. So how do we have, accurate justice and things like that? We almost need to have surveillance all around us, and then our privacy is violated. And so these are like actual legitimate questions beyond the comedy and the like, whoa, right? And in the end, none of it matters because we all live in the Matrix. Put out a new Vader today, a little Christmas gift for y'all, where Vader is ruminating on what it's like working on Christmas and the joys and perils thereof. He is largely, again, off the chain. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I'm going to try, but I don't think I'll be able to because I really need Tom to do this because he has to interview me. I want to do a Vader live by the Christmas tree. Like, just get Vader in here and have him answer questions. And I think it would be really funny. The tricky part is it's very hard for me to run the thing and be Vader. I'm sorry. Let me just say this. Vader doesn't like reading comments himself. He needs them read to him, and he doesn't trust me to read them accurately. So stay tuned. We might or might not do it. Let's read some comments. Oh, Kathleen Tarasi. This is some quantum leap type shite. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So basically, all of our memories are incredibly flawed, and we are just victims of commercial lies, says Celeste Chrismore. I didn't say it. I just implied it. Hey, Vader, Princess Leia. Oh, wow. What is that?
Hi.
See in the dark goggles? Really? Should we make it dark and see if we can see?
Yes.
Are you showing him your shark's tooth? Okay, turn off everything.
Turn off everything. How do you turn
There's a switch there. Do you see it? There you go. Now close the door.
Hey, Nina, can I please try this?
No, wait. Now close this.
Can I please try this?
Yes, but not just yet, Maya. Okay, check it out. Here we go.
Nina? This is me. Nina? I see. Ooh. I see you. Nina? Can I please? What? What? No.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Well, that's because you're shining a light on me. See, I think they can see me too. All right, that was exciting. Let's turn the light back on. Boom and boom. Very cool, ZPupp. Very cool.
No, come on.
Hey, Vader, Princess Leia ain't doing so good right now. Use the Force. Scott Burnside. Carrie Fisher was reportedly, according to People magazine, which is what I posted in a link to addition to the Vader I posted today, apparently had a cardiac arrest on a flight from London to Los Angeles and is presumed to have had a massive heart attack. So all of us are giving her the Force right now to get better because we need her in the next few Star Wars movies. Plus, she's Princess frickin' Leia. She cannot get CHF. That's not okay. She cannot die. That's not okay. So we're all rooting for Princess Leia, for Carrie Fisher, and we hope her recovery is speedy and evidence-based, and she's on a beta blocker and Plavix and got a cath or a stent or a emergency bypass or whatever is required to treat her particular brand of cardiac abnormality. And hopefully it wasn't something non-ischemic, if you catch my drift with celebrities. Hopefully it's something reversible and manageable. All right. What do we got here? I know, Michelle Cruz. Curious George has no tail. It'll blow your mind. What else we got here? I'm melting. Judy Bailey. Love the Christmas Doc Vader, by the way. Gave me laugh so much. Jennifer Newman Williamson. It was fun to do. I just edited it this morning and threw it out. Tom had reminded me we had this clip. I forgot we had shot a Christmas piece because my memory is, as you know, I still believe that Sinbad did a movie called Shazam with a genie in it in the 90s. Water. What do we got? Can we send some good vibes out to the real Princess Leia? Massive heart attack today. Rachel Alexandria, I beat you to it. Of course there was a GIF. Choosy mothers choose GIF. Thank you, Madison Avenue. That's right, Frank Bourdain. I remember that ad. Choosy mothers choose GIF. Let's scroll down, see something recent here. My pup Ava says hi to your ZPups. Hal Oliver. Hi, Ava. How you doing? The ZPups say hi if they were here and if they had empathy. Shout out to Daniel Sullivan. Who's Daniel Sullivan? Jeff Morris? Is he, was he C-3PO? No. Help me out, guys. I'm losing it. Does stress cause memory loss? Lori Draper. It can, and it can also rewrite memories. It was Shaq, was it, who did Shazam, Beth Bailey. No, he did a movie called Kazam, I believe. Or Kazaa, or something like that. I think it was Kazam. So it wasn't Shazam. But mixing in Sinbad, Shaq, Kazam, you get Shazam. And that's, I think, where that came from. And then the idea that Sinbad, you know, it was just perfect. And it was wrong. Anthony Daniels is C-3PO. That's what I thought. Who was R2-D2? He died this year. Oh, no, there's Daniel Sullivan. He's actually a Z-Packer. Different Daniel Sullivan. I'm like, was this one of the Star Wars people? All right, what do we got here? Okay, I got to get on the road. I have 45 minutes to drive tonight. Laura Tobias. Drive safely, Laura. There are crazies on the road. We talked about it yesterday, actually. What do we got here? Poor Daniel Sullivan. I'd written him off as dead. Richard Aaron. It's the Matrix Effect. You gotta watch Travelers on Netflix. Boom, mind blowing, like living in the Matrix. I will check it out. Richard Aaron. In all my excessive free time. May the force be with her. Tracy Rupp. Yes, Carrie Fisher. Video is frozen and audio isn't working. Monica Voman. Well, then you can't hear me reading your comment, can you, Monica? I'm sorry about that. What about PE, Heather Kavanaugh, as a differential for her cardiac arrest? You know, that's certainly possible, certainly a differential. The way that the press had spun it, it was a heart attack. And now that could, of course, be, you can get a massive heart failure from a massive PE, or from an even smaller PE, depending on the nature of it. But I think it'd be a little lower on the differential, although possible. She was on a long flight. I think with her in her age group, common things are going to occur commonly. So you're going to think, is it an ischemic type MI? She's a celebrity. Was there some kind of, shenanigans with substances? You always have to worry about that. And I remember I got a lot of flack for speculating about Prince when he died. Like the minute, actually, this is fascinating. I think one of, if not the first live cast I ever did on Facebook was talking about Prince's death. And I think I immediately speculated, well, it's, he's a celebrity. It could be a drug-related thing. And people took a crap on me. Like, no, Prince has been clean. He's never, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. He's a saint. People in Minnesota and Minneapolis who knew him said, no, he's absolutely, spotless. And then they don't realize that, like, this, opioid crisis kills housewives and mothers and secretaries and farmers and people across the board who have no other problems in their lives. And so, again, I'm not speculating more on Carrie Fisher because I don't know anything about what's going on, but, So Christina Ceslar says she's intubated currently. I am sorry to hear that, but I'm hoping that she's doing okay and will get better. Although I heard she was not breathing on the flight. That was what somebody tweeted. Can Doc Vader treat her, Rachel Alexandria? That would be a father treating a daughter. It's considered not the most ethical thing unless it's an emergency situation. Let's scroll down here. Those kids are screaming off the rockers over there. From South Carolina, agreed, worked pharmacy for 20 years, seen it all. Lee Griffin, yeah. Would her bipolar meds contribute, Lori Draper? Well, it depends on what she's on, Lori, but you can always get interactions and end up with arrhythmias and things like that. It's hard to say. You don't survive CPR mostly. I'm grieving already, says Scott Burnside. Well, and the question is, do you survive with faculties intact, right? Because, you know, and again, I don't know what her roles in the upcoming Star Wars movies were going to be, but I imagine they were significant. Don't be mad, Z-Dog, I'm late. I bugged the crap out of you about Doc Vader. Is it still happening tomorrow? Oh, Lindsay Ann. Hi, Lindsay. Sorry, I love you. I'm going to try. I just don't know if I can pull it off logistically, but if I can get Vader in here, if I can beam him down from the Death Star, I'm mixing my metaphors now, and get him to talk on Christmas Eve, I think it'd be fun, but I just got to make sure I can make it happen. Yeah, I think that's what we got, kids. David Richter, Z-Dog, you are a celebrity. Do we need an intervention? This isn't water, David. This is vodka. If only it would calm me down. So are you and Daddy Z doing a CME on diabetes? Mary Briar Murphy. Yeah, so people who saw my live cast the other day with Z-Dad, we were talking about doing a CME on diabetes. The problem is, in order to get him certified to teach the CME, I have to go through some shenanigans, which I'm trying to do, but I don't know if it'll happen in time, so we'll have him do it another time. In the meantime, I'll get him on camera tomorrow because he's going to be at the home for Christmas Eve and Christmas, and we'll get some Z family action going. Athena. That's a good name, Athena. I'm a new viewer, and I love it. Keep it up. Thank you, Athena. I love your name. Real or fake, I still love it. Athena that sprang from Zeus's head. Do you have some Doc Vader skits for New Year's? I think I might, Judy, so stay tuned. We shot a bunch. It was all stream of consciousness. Thanks for being funny. Humor helps. Life is suffering, but suffering doesn't have to be serious. Scott Burnside. So all joking aside, Scott, I think you've nailed something here, that suffering is a human thing, but how we suffer, our perception of suffering, the degree of suffering, the quality of suffering is all within our control. 100% mind generated, just like our memories are mind generated, like Shazam and all the Mandela Effect stuff we were just talking about. So to wrap it all in a nice bundle and let you guys go, I'm going to say this. We control how we perceive pain and heartache and suffering and how we process it. And, Buddhists have been doing this for years, actually just stepping back and experiencing suffering and actually before they react intuitively and emotionally, just witnessing that. And that act of witnessing can actually detach you from the suffering somewhat so that you're able to experience it with a very different perspective that doesn't get identified with it. And that's causes another kind of suffering and a kind of a spiral. So we'll talk more about that in another thing. Oh, Lisa Wright, did Z-Mom play the slots? Yes, she loves them slots. And today we went and took Z-Pupp for her birthday dinner at Wicked Spoon, which is like a fancy buffet at the Cosmo. Really overpriced, actually. And as Z-Dad, oh my gosh, I took Z-Dad, my wife, Mrs. Dog, my mom, Z-Mom, the two kids, and me to this thing, and my dad was like, I can't believe how expensive this is, and they're tiny little plates with just a little bit of frog's leg on it. And he was just basically ridiculing me for my expensive taste in Las Vegas buffets. And I'm like, I live here, man. Like, I'm not going to eat at the crappy, garbagey one, because we go out of our way to try to find the one that doesn't suck. So there was the usual gentle chiding of overspending Z-Dog on his buffet. Mom played the slots, and she won, what was it, $60, which was awesome. And she split it among my kids. And I was like, oh, don't give my kids money. That's just, they're going to end up buying crack. It's the standard, this is Vegas. You get a little extra cash, crack, instantly. It's just what you do. Scroll down. Shark teeth, my daughter has 2. Help, Janine, little pup. Her shark teeth, the front teeth came out, and the shark teeth are pulling forward. So it's fine. No big whoop. If they stay for a long time, you can ask your dentist. Sometimes the baby teeth need to be pulled to make way, but typically not. Typically it just resolves just fine. $60. What? I need to teach her. Lisa Wright. Slots. She played the Wheel of Fortune slot and the thing spun and she won $60. While the Z-Pupps were watching, thinking, when I grow up, I'm going to be a professional gambler. Fantastic. Welcome to Vegas. Did Z-Mom break even at least, or did she rake it in? I think she broke even, Beth Bailey, because yesterday, the other day, she lost $60, so she kind of broke even. Yeah, that buffet is not frugal, Jeff Morris. You are absolutely right. My dad did not like frugal. Way to bring it back, Jeff. You are definitely on point. If you saw the live cast from the other day, we were determining whether he was cheap or frugal as an old Indian man. All right, what do we got? Athena is my real name, says Athena. Athena are what my friends call me from North Towanda, New York. Well, welcome, Athena. I love that. That's beautiful. Poker, Sarah Brijnahan. Oh man, no. That would my mom would be done with poker. Doc Vader seems sad in the video. If he needs to be fed for Christmas, I'm having prime rib and we'll have plenty. Judy Bailey. I will send him over to use the force on your prime rib. All right, y'all. It has been real. Enjoy your Christmas Eve. I'm going to get back to my birthday Z-Pupp and probably watch a movie with the family. And it is not going to be Shazam by Sinbad because the movie never existed. We are the champions of the world. That was never said. I'm out.